Hello and welcome to Tipsy VP, episode 1st November 2019, a weekly show where we share tips and tricks on how to improve your social media. Tipsy VP is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, a digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
This week's weekly Tipsy. Ready your business for the holiday seasons with these 5 tips. The final big holiday season for the year is approaching fast, with 11/11 and 12/12 and Christmas sales dates around the corner. It's a good time to prime your business for the final push before the year is done. Although the holidays could be a while away, now is the time to start working on optimizations for your social media, website, and e-commerce platforms. Here are 5 tips to get you started. Number 1, optimize your website and landing pages. Update your product SKUs, variations, and stock. Update list of promotional items in your categories. Make sure they're all new. Your stock must be still available. And your variations are new, SKUs, everything, double check, all that. Prepare images and videos for main sliders for your website. If they are promotional sliders and everything, prepare them and change them when the time comes. Create special landing pages for products you want to push out. Let's say, for example, if you have a new range of products that you want to put out, it's good to create external landing pages so people can actually slide down through everything without disruption or distraction, everything they want to know about the new product. And then below there you put the recommended products that go with the product that they want to buy. That's to sort out your website to make sure everything is working okay.
Okay, sure. Now, secondly is to look for last year's data. Compile sales data from your previous years to find out what can you do better this year. Some examples of question needs answering are: what are the peak traffic last year? What did the holiday season sales begin ramping up? When did the holiday sales begin ramping up? What was the peak revenue and did it happen at the same time as peak traffic? What sold the most and along with what sale? What are the other things being searched for the most on Google? Most of this data can be obtained from Google Analytics. So make sure to set up your Google Analytics when you run through your Google Ads.
Yeah, if you have last year's traffic, that would be good. If you don't have last year's traffic, then you can set up Google Analytics for next year to be used. That is on the internal side, right? To know when the holiday sales begin to ramp up last year, then you can prepare beforehand. You can prepare longer before. Let's say, for example, people start shopping on the 1st of December, then you can start promoting it maybe 2 weeks before, 1 week before. If you find that they start shopping only 1 week before, then you can actually start on the first week of December.
Correct. Yeah.
Then what is the peak revenue? When did the peak revenue happen? So you need to prepare everything so that when the peak sales happen, you get all your staff ready, get all your logistics ready, operations ready to fulfill all the orders that come in on your e-commerce site. What are the stuff that sold the most? Chances are you probably would want to resell the same thing again, right? And then what are these things usually sold along with? If maybe shoes and socks, right? Shoes and shoe polish, these kind of things. So then you can actually plan a package that goes around with it. Buy A, get B and C for 50% off or something like that.
Okay.
Number 3 is start your promotion. Instead of going directly into selling mode, we recommend starting from the top of the funnel. You can actually do this way before your sales, the peak sales. From data number 2, you can start by introducing the product and activities that utilize those products. You can educate people on how they are used, how to take care of it, and the values that people can obtain from these products as well. Like, for example, a certain kind of shoes, right? Let's say skateboard shoes. Why are they good? What is it about? What are the technology that goes around with it? And then give out tips and tricks on doing the activities better and more enjoyable, which means that, let's say if you're selling skate shoes, right? You can also talk about skating. Which is the sport that's related to the shoes. So you do a little bit of this kind of promotion beforehand, before you go down to the holiday season, when you can go on full on to the bottom funnel, which is like sales content.
Okay. All right. Next up, this episode, Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Chop Chang Bee Cafe at the heart of Malacca, Malaysia. Chop Chang Bee serves authentic Nyonya and fusion cuisine and is located at Jonker Street. just 5 minutes walk from the famous Red Square and A Formosa in Malacca City. Their most iconic dishes includes the Kari Laksa and Nasi Lemak. Also equally impressive are their range of homemade cakes like the carrot cake, which uses pineapple instead of raisins, and the Onde Onde cheesecake, which is a must try. If you are heading to Chop Tiang B, be sure to get a 10% off your entire receipt with promo code CTB10. That's promo code CTB10. So this Chop Tiang B initially it picked up quite well for the past few months ever since they opened, especially when with their new upgrade with the mural art. Yeah, you should really check out their mural art. Yeah.
I think it is like the most Instagrammable part of. I like the mural art and also the entrance. They have a very nice archway on the entrance. There's a pond by the side, so they actually did not fill up that entire garden with tables. Instead, they kept it empty so that people can actually spend the time to take pictures with it. I think it's a very good, very good and viral.
They really spend a lot of time on the environment.
They did. Yeah.
And it's to preserve the authenticity of that Malacca City, the heritage, and how can they combine it? It's fusion.
Yeah.
So
So if you're looking for an Instagrammable cafe in Malacca, head on to Chop Tiang B, and when you're at it, tell them CTB10 and you get 10% off of your entire receipt.
What's better than your heritage with a good food, right?
Then with a good food with 10% off.
Yeah. Alright, so heads up.
Next up, number 4, run ads to test. This is actually a good time to test creatives, copywriting styles, and product variations. We cannot assume what buyers want, but we can run tests to gauge their responses. When we know what sells and what doesn't, we have a better idea on how to create promotions for our clients, right? As a business owner, we usually fall into this trap where just because we like something or don't like something, we assume that everyone thinks the same. But that's not true at all. There are many people who like things that we don't like and don't like things that we like. So the best thing to do is few months leading up to the holiday season, run some ads to test out. It doesn't have to be very expensive ads. It can be cheaper ads, but just to test out the reaction and whether they get engagement or whether people watch videos longer because of a certain different kind of products that you're selling. That can actually signify interest in these products versus something else.
True. Yep. Right. Next up, 5th. Create a backup Facebook business account. Very, very important. These are times when Facebook algorithm will flag your creative or ad copy, resulting in disapproval. This can happen to the best of us because sometimes they are accidental. And with enough disapproval happening all at once, Facebook can completely disable your ad account. Once it's disabled, it takes a while to re-enable, which can be costly to your sales, especially in terms of time or peak time. Create a backup business manager account in case this happens. Each business manager account can hold up to 5 ads accounts, so be sure to really manage and calculate properly how many ads that are currently in your hands and how many business accounts should be managed via that.
Yeah. So one way of doing this backup is that you can have multiple business accounts from different business names managing the same 5 ad accounts. So if account A goes down because your ads violated their whatever, their algorithms, and you can actually immediately use a second business manager to actually manage it and don't have to wait for them to unlock your business manager because it takes a while to unlock.
Right. Yeah. So if you want to start off, at least start off with 2 first. One is main, one is called backup.
Yeah. Just leave the backup empty until something happens, then you use the backup.
Correct.
All right, just to recap this week's weekly Tipsy, ready your business for the holiday seasons with these 5 tips. Number 1, optimize your website and landing pages. Number 2, look for last year's data. Number 3, start your promotion early, but start with information and education first before selling. Number 4, run ads to test. to figure out whether your audience likes what you're selling or not, or what kind of packages they want, or what kind of combinations of something they want to buy. And number 5, create backup business account just in case one gets flagged because of various reasons. You can still have a backup and not wait for Facebook to come back to you a few days later.
Business as per usual.
Yeah, because sales is the peak at that time. You don't want to lose it. It's just that few days window,
Yeah, correct.
Right, so that's all for Tipsy VP this week. Tipsy VP podcast is part of Social Media Weekly and is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Tipsy VP podcast episode 1st November 2019. My name is Sean.
And I'm Jacob.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.